Morning and welcome back to our Lent Devotion series. Today, our scripture is going to come from the book of Luke, chapter 4, verses 24 through 30. And he said, "Truly I tell you, no prophet is accepted in the prophet's hometown. But the truth is, there were many widows in Israel in the time of Elijah, when the heaven was shut up for 3 years and 6 months, and there was a famine over all the land. Yet Elijah was sent to none of them, except to a widow at Zarephath in Sidon. There were also many lepers in Israel in the time of the prophet Elisha, and none of them was cleansed except Naaman the Syrian. When they heard this, all in the synagogue were filled with rage. They got up, drove him out of the town, and led him to the brow of the hill on which their town was built, so that they might hurl him off the cliff. But he passed through the midst of them and went on his way." Today, as we look at the scripture of Jesus not being accepted even in his own hometown, it brings up to my mind the reality that sometimes faith and being faithful is difficult. It's not always easy to follow God's plans on our lives. Sometimes we might not feel welcome. Sometimes we might be called into places where we're not comfortable, and sometimes we might be called to places that maybe we didn't ever expect to go. Jesus, when reading to those whom were in his home church, talked about Elijah coming to not necessarily prophesy and heal those who were within Jerusalem, but instead he came and he healed those who were in Sidon. He healed those outside of traditional understanding and was there for people who really and truly were other than the typical people who are hearing his stories of being a great prophet. For us today, I think the question that leads us to is what places that perhaps are unexpected, or what places that perhaps are uncomfortable for us is God calling us to? Do many of us try our best to be prophets in our own hometowns and let our gifts and graces fall on deaf ears, or perhaps fall on people who don't need them, when we're ignoring the places of need that exist in the world around us? So today, I hope that we look for places where we can serve and find ways to help the world around us. Let us pray. God, we ask today that you would be with us as we seek to find the places you call us to. Help us, O Lord, to be willing to go and follow you faithfully wherever you might call us. And God, we ask that you would take us to places where we can reach those who have eyes to see and ears to hear of your goodness and your mercy in this world. We ask for all of this in your holy name. Amen.